G'day, folks. Welcome along to the 5th edition of the Perth Wildcast for the 25-26 season. My name's Dan Leach. Great to be here once again and joined by one of the absolute stars of the Perth Wildcats, Sunday Detch. Hello.
Hey, Dan. How are you?
Great. I'm fantastic. So good. And Alex Chippertoni is back with us as well. Chipper, hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Going great. We are going to talk about, obviously, the Wildcats. We're going to talk about the Lynx. We won't talk about what happened on Tuesday night, but that's okay. But it's still been a very good start for the Perth Lynx nonetheless. I saw that there's an absolute megastar that was at the Perth HPC just recently.
Oh, yeah. So good times. Exciting.
Talk about
things.
him very, very soon. Plus, part of the podcast, you would have seen it with the title, David Duke Jr. He is the new signing, the new import at the Wildcats. He'll be joining us in just a couple of minutes' time. How are we both doing, by the way? Everything going well?
I feel like it's been a bit of a whirlwind.
It has. It's been the start of the season. Our season starting. You guys have been playing a bunch of games.
Yeah, we've been traveling a fair bit.
Yeah.
How have you found the travel? Because I think we talked about it a while ago where it was like, we've got Cairns out of the way twice, we've got New Zealand out of the way, you had the Jack Jumpers recently as well, you got Adelaide this week, which we'll talk about obviously a fair bit, but there's a lot of travel so far.
No, there is. And full disclosure, it takes it out of you, to be honest with you. Like, obviously, I've played in Adelaide the last 5 years, and, you know, every travel is relatively close, but here, the shortest flight's 3.5, 4 hours.
Yeah.
You know, and with the time difference, so the time we leave here, we're getting there 6, 7 p.m. most nights. You know, obviously, if it's Brisbane or New Zealand, it's a lot later. And then you got to adjust quickly, right? Try to get to bed and then wake up. So it's been a bit of a struggle, but, you know, we're managing.
Yeah. And Chibba, for you, I know you absolutely love the travel. I'm sure you do, especially in the preseason, which is now done and dusted, thankfully for you. But it's got to talk about the Lynx start. It's been a really great start to the season. Geez, you've put all the Lynx fans on the edge of their seats in every single game, though.
Yeah, I just want to keep them coming back, you know. If it was boring, they wouldn't want to watch.
Chibba, so you just said you guys have only won 3 quarters in all of your games?
Yes, we might have drawn a few in there, but somehow we had the 3 wins in 3 quarters.
So talk. Like, I think let's kind of brief that for the fans, right, and people listening, because basketball is a game of ups and down runs, but at the end of the day, it's the end of the fourth quarter, right? That matters, unless it's the Ignite Cup game, where the more quarters you win, the more prize money. Yeah.
Well, you guys get to win our budget for the year.
Facts.
Obviously, it's all about just not having as many lapses and being able to close out the game. I think most of our games, combined, the 3 games we've won were less than 10 points. So it's just how we finished. Unlike previous seasons, we've actually had to play some defense, which has been a different look. And then it's exciting to see where we're going, but it's not something we've typically done well. So it's been good to see us adjust and actually get these wins. And hopefully later in the season, it pays off and we'll be able to execute a bit better under pressure.
No, for sure. I think that's an important point there because, you know, when you played for such a long time, the benchmark is 20 points, right? If you can hold them to 20 points or under a quarter, you're doing pretty good. And you know, if you win these close ones now, that kind of breeds a lot of confidence, right? In the back end of the season where, you know, you get in a battle, maybe you're in Townsville and it's a battle with them and you know you can close out games because you've got a bit of a track record.
100%. And just learning how to execute in the stretch. Like, it's hard. It's easy to draw up a play, but, you know, you can't practice that. You can't practice like a tip in or like a, you know, last second defensive stop you need. I don't know if anyone watched the Geelong game, but it literally came down to the final like 10 seconds. I think we gave the ball back to them 3 times in 10 seconds. So just to get away with that one, it was obviously huge for us.
Yeah. And I think as well, in the NBL specifically, over the last 5 years, it's gone down to the final game. You know, that's for seeding, teams missing playoffs, teams in the play-in. So, like, I don't think we can understate how important these close wins are. You know, obviously, if you get in the habit of winning them, you don't want to be in them, obviously, like for the stretch of the season. But if you can get them early on especially, it kind of helps you on the back end when it's, you know, a points differential and it comes down to that game.
But also I see it so many times in sport where teams can just be the absolute best in those close games and they constantly find themselves in close games, but they know how to win. So they might play 10 close games a season where it's like within 5 points, 10 points, whatever, but they might win 80% of them. That's just because you guys are obviously used to it. But at the same time, you know what it takes to eke out those sort of wins where it's really, really close, because you know the desperation that's required in certain moments.
Yeah, exactly. And even taking those shots under pressure and all that, you can't replicate it. So the more reps you get at it, the better you get.
Like you say, it's very hard to do in training. It is so hard to do in training. So to actually do it in the moment and to actually make it work, then that can only be really, really helpful. Lynx are off to a good start. 3-1 record, equal top of the table. The Wildcats at the moment 5-5, hoping that we can make it 6-5. It's a huge, huge game coming up this Sunday. I think there's a fair bit that's going to be written about and talked about this game. Sunday, you're going back to your old stomping ground, and there's some guy who might have played at the Wildcats for a little while that's over there at the moment with the 36ers, which we will talk about on the podcast today. But first, let's get to our guest who is with us today, a man that is only just new to the West, a man who has made the call up and has done very, very nicely for himself in the very early stages, all the way from the United States after a 30-hour flight. David Duke Jr. is with us on the podcast. David, thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
As I said, 30-hour flight. We were talking before about 3.5, 4-hour flights here and there.
Yeah, right,
Obviously,
right.
that's week on, week off. But the 30-hour flight getting from the United States to here, and then having to acclimatise yourself, having to join the team and start training probably from the get-go. How have you found the first sort of week and a half or so being here in the West?
It's been different. I would say it was definitely tough early on, like getting here after the 30-hour flight, landing the next day, having to travel to Tassie, with the team, watch that game. From there, travel the next day again to Melbourne, and kind of just try to get my feet under me for that game this past week. So it's been an interesting just week and a half, but I think all in all, like, I'm just super grateful, like, to be able to be with the guys and practice and hang out off the court, just kind of getting to know everybody. I think that, plays a factor in the success on the court as well. But it's been fun. I can't have no complaints so far.
Great news, you've already got your miles up. Like in terms of
Yeah,
frequent flyers and things like that.
For sure. I got to open a Qantas account, though, to log these miles in, man.
True.
Mate, you've got to talk to Hayden. That's our manager's job, especially for new guys.
Yeah, we got to get that squared away.
Oh, I'm sure. So, as I said, been on the court for a little while and just gelling with the team. Is it something you've done a lot in your career where you've come in sort of like last minute or something like that? I feel like it's something that could be the life of a lot of basketballers out there where they're called up last minute to join a team or halfway through a season. Have you had to do that before?
Never.
Okay.
Ever. This is my first time. So, like I said, it's been new. It's been different, but it has not been, that much of a struggle necessarily just in terms of settling in. The basketball side, it can have its challenges early on, that's just basketball, but it's a thing that's going to iron itself out over time, so.
Yeah, I've got to ask, let's backtrack a bit too, because the Perth Wildcats weren't the only team interested in you, obviously, coming out of the NBA. What made your choice to come here? Did you talk to, JR, the coaching staff prior? And obviously, we're grateful you chose us. But yeah, obviously, there's a lot that goes into that thought process. And from your angle, you're in the NBA, you're right there at the doorstep. What did that look like?
Man, I think, with Perth, I was familiar with the organization. Obviously there's been players that I've been familiar with in the past that have played here. And I think for me, knowing the history of the organization, winning history, and asking around if people, know Coach JR, know anybody in the organization, like just ask them, hey, like, what do you think? Not trying to let them know that I was planning, to sign, but just wanted to kind of get an honest feedback from them. And I've heard, nothing but good things. And ultimately that just kind of went into it once I, evaluated all the different options and had the most peace with the decision, coming here.
That's a good. I don't know.
I'm just throwing to you if you've got any questions
me.
because this is your job now.
I know. No, I was just listening to the story. I was like, this is great.
Isn't it fun when you do these podcasts? You sort of just get lost in everything that goes on around. You go, oh, it's nice hearing these stories.
It is.
I've got to ask a question now. What the heck? Go on, Chipper.
I
Jump
was
in.
still stuck on the how nice is it just to come in halfway through? You miss the rough start. You miss preseason.
Dave, just to give you better background, Chiba despises preseason. Just wants to throw the balls up and get playing.
I think we spent 5.
I'm right there with you. You know, honestly, like I think preseason has its ups and downs, but mainly downs. Honestly, so
we've got a guy who got injured on the very first day of preseason here in Sunday.
Man, see,
and someone who absolutely hates preseason in general.
And had to do it all.
what we've learned in this is that from now on, the NBL should just start the day before the season gets underway, and then just go.
Just rock and roll.
All teams can only start before the day before a season starts.
I'm in. Sign me up.
There you go. Exactly. Mad keen golfer, I'm told.
Yeah.
Keen golfer.
Yeah. For sure.
Any good?
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of like a subject. That's
a loaded question.
Yeah, you know, like
no. You've got an okay handicap.
An okay handicap?
Yeah, it's a 13, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably from like 13 to 16, like in that range.
Go the lower range.
Yeah.
It's 13, that's fine. Makes it sound a lot
But
better.
no, so it's just, you know, the golf is one of those things you can have the lowest handicap in the world and still go out one day and just
have an absolute mare.
yes.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just for me, I really do love it though. It's a new challenge, just something that I feel like is new, but I know there's still upwards, you know, a level to get to. I'm not like super serious to the point where like I'm, you know, it throws my whole day off if I have a bad round. But I enjoy the vibes. You know, usually when it's time to golf is good weather. You know, bring a couple of my buddies out and.
We're going to have a lot of good weather coming up. So
yeah, so I hear.
You have to go out with Dylan because he's a...
For sure. I heard he's really good, though. So
He's very good.
He's the real
I'm
deal.
going to just have to hope that my golf game is good that day.
Well, the good thing is you can go out and get lots of practice with him. He can give you the odd extra tip here or there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're joining pro-ams around WA and winning, you know,
right.
cold hard cash.
For sure.
Why not? But it's important for you guys to have hobbies outside of basketball because basketball can be such an all-encompassing sort of beast.
For sure.
Like outside of golf, what other stuff do you find yourself doing?
You know, just depending. Here there's a beach. I love the beach.
Oh, there's lots of beaches.
Yeah. I love the beach though. So
just stay away from the sharks.
Yeah, I hear there's sharks out there.
Such an overrated thing, Sunday. So overrated. I know you do. You have to do that for all the international.
So I anticipate that, you know, a lot of my off days I'll, you know, spend some time over there. But honestly, like, because, you know, trying to practice really hard and every time I'm on the court, just kind of exert as much energy as I can to, you know, get in shape and stuff, like utilizing the time off just to kind of rest. And I like watching shows, movies, you know.
Oh, what are we into?
I've watched, well, so Netflix out here is different.
Yeah,
Australian
no,
Netflix.
It's nowhere near as good.
On American Netflix, I've watched, I would want to say 50% of the stuff on Netflix.
Okay.
50%. That's a bold statement.
That's a lot.
That's almost finishing the whole of the internet. Like, that's what we're getting to.
No, maybe not 50%. But like of the popular stuff, yeah, I've watched a good amount. I love shows, man.
What's your top 3 shows at the moment?
Okay, this is good. Ranking them now. This is good.
See, every time I get asked this question, it's like my mind just goes blank. But I guess from just what I can recall, like the top 3 shows that I've really enjoyed, Gangs of London is one.
Yep.
Top Boy was really good.
Top Boy
really
was
good.
I agree.
What's the last one?
Oh, the pressure's on.
Yeah, you've gone with a tough question here.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it's tough.
Give me a
It's
top 3.
tough.
Just
It's
go
tough.
like, what's the best one you've seen recently and things like that.
Top 3. Because you got to
Yeah.
hold him to it.
I know.
Gosh.
I know.
That's all right. Come back to it
Yeah,
at the
no,
end.
I'll have to think on that one a little bit.
Come back
for sure.
to it at the end.
All
if you don't mind. Yeah. Go on, Sunday.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Oh, okay. That's the podcast. Is it Sunday? Is that it?
All right. Thanks for
No,
having me, guys.
Isaac, next question, right? Obviously, you went to Providence.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up in the States, and what made you choose Providence? Because there's a highly touted Providence alum who has been here for quite some time and who we played this weekend. So yeah, talk to me a bit about that. And is he a legend at Providence as well? Is that a thing?
So I grew up in Providence. I actually grew up 5 minutes away from my college campus. So I could honestly just walk there. I did stay on campus though, just that's what they have the players do. But ultimately what went into that decision was, my parents, I think, kind of had their way in persuading me to stay. I honestly, growing up, didn't want to stay in Rhode Island to, pursue my college dream. I wanted to travel and go, wherever I could. I visited Virginia Tech. I visited Florida, but ultimately, to the coaching staff, like it was so easy to talk to them, so easy for them to be honest with me about, what to expect coming in. And it was easy. It was kind of an easy decision too at that point. I have 2 younger brothers, and at that point they were in middle school and high school. So for them to like see me play Division I basketball, there's no pro team in Rhode Island at all. So Providence College is like the pro team.
What's the nearest pro sport team?
Boston Celtics,
Yeah.
Boston Red Sox, like all that.
Yep.
So yeah, it was. I just wanted them to be able to see me play a lot as well, and there was good opportunity with the roster and stuff. So that was good. And yeah, speaking on, Bryce, I think he is for sure, a Providence legend. I wasn't too close to the program when he was there. I was probably still in like middle school or so, but I went to a bunch of games, saw some practices, and yeah, I mean, he's definitely left his mark there. Fans to this day, still talk about him and, all he's done over there. He's definitely one of the Providence greats for sure.
In terms of like college, because in Australia, I feel like a lot of people that grow up in Australia want to go to a university that's sort of close by. They don't want to travel too much. But in the United States, it feels like it's a big thing where you leave high school and you're going straight to college, and you're going probably the other side of the country, or you're going to a completely different state, and you're upping and you're going into a new environment that you're not used to.
Yeah.
The decision to actually try and stay local is one that I feel like you don't hear too much in the United States of people coming from high school, going to college and saying, I want to stay around here.
Yeah. I think it's kind of both. I think majority, well, at least what I've noticed is like on the West Coast, California, things like that. Like a lot of players from California like California, which I understand. California is beautiful. It's it is not a lot of negatives over there. I think in terms of New England, like Rhode Island, New York, like it can be hard to stay home. You've got friends, you've got family, and it can be a lot of distractions, being home and staying there. Coaches are reluctant to recruit too local because of that issue, being honest. So for me, when I chose to stay, I think it said a lot just about like who I was. I never had let, friends, family, like anything kind of distract me from my main goal, which was when I was there, I just wanted to be the best that I could. I didn't really have my mind focused like, oh, I want to go to the NBA. I want to, because I didn't know yet. At that point, I was just like, man, I'm blessed to play college basketball, but I was just a super hard worker, and I just wanted to maximize my college experience and not waste it. So I was super focused. I'm sure my friends probably were like, dang, like, bro, you're 5 minutes down the street. Can you answer the phone? I'm like, nah, I'm focused,
Locked in.
Yeah. But I think that's kind of why you see a lot of kids decide to leave, their hometown and go away, get a little taste of living on their own. But yeah.
So prior to coming here, have you traveled much around and like got to be away or?
Yeah. So when I was in high school, I we went to like Italy. It was like a Adidas like Euro camp. That was like the first time I ever had traveled abroad to play. When I was in college, we also did a preseason like college trip to Italy again. I did a Team USA thing in Peru, I think Lima, Peru. And then outside of that, I mean, I try to travel like in every off season. So I've gotten around a bit to like Europe, went to Asia this past year, and yeah, just trying to see as much of the world as I can.
You've had some travel recently because you found yourself in a spot where you went, you know what, let's get married.
Yeah.
And so you go to Paris and get married sort of just short of the Eiffel Tower. Like, a huge decision to decide, you know what, we're going to go get married overseas. What was the decision in that?
Man, I mean, honestly, it was kind of spontaneous in a way. We weren't really planning to do Paris. Midway through when we were planning our original destination, it was just, we were going to do more of a traditional, like have a bunch of people, but we were like, man, like, we got big families, but we don't talk to, 80% of these people. It's probably like a third cousin, that you haven't spoken to in like 10 years that you have on the list. But we were just like, man, I think this is our day, and we want to do it a way that we would really, really enjoy. So we took, honestly, just our parents, siblings, grandmother. So it was probably like a group of like 15 people, and Paris was always on both of our bucket lists. So we said, why not? It'll be a little less of an expense, believe it or not, than what we were trying to do, because it's such a small party.
Yeah.
And Paris, man, it's a city of love. So why not,
Fantastic experience to be able to do something like that.
Yeah.
Like to just do that and make it work for you and do something that's so special for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great experience to be over there. And
amazing. Yeah, it was amazing.
I bet.
Absolutely.
I'm
a
sure
heat wave though. So it was extreme.
Oh, in Paris? Yeah. They don't have air conditioning.
No.
Crazy.
No.
Whoa.
So it was.
Hang on, what?
Yeah.
Most of Europe.
They don't believe in it. I don't know.
This is why I can
not
never go
meant
to Europe.
Well, the buildings are pretty old, so they
Yeah.
probably
That
weren't
is true.
really.
The whole of
Yeah.
Europe was in a heat wave at that time. So it was, even our honeymoon, like right after, same thing, no air conditioning. It was,
Wow.
rough.
Oh man. I think the wedding, obviously being, outside of your hometown or in the States, would have made the seating arrangements a lot easier, right? Because I think that's, I mean, I'm not talking, I don't know any experience. Chiba, you would know more, but.
We're not going there.
No, we're happy to.
Nah.
How many did you have for your wedding?
Oh, it was only small, about 165.
Oh my goodness.
So hang on. So David, if you were going to do the traditional wedding, how many would have been at the wedding?
Maybe like 80.
Okay.
160. I couldn't even imagine.
165.
Honestly, the 15 people to plan that was like still crazy. So I
Wow.
can't even imagine. That's why you're probably laughing at me. He's like, oh, 15.
No, I was like,
It's a basketball team.
Yeah,
I was like, that sounds great. That sounds great. The seating charts. Oh.
Oh no.
How long did the seating charts take, Chipper?
Oh my gosh, I promise you, I literally got them printed because I had so many changes, and then people got injured and sick and couldn't come, and then I had like, so can I bring my +1? And I'm like, nope. And they're like, actually, my grandma just fell down, sure. So like, literally, I was getting married Saturday. Thursday, my friend went and picked up the final chart,
Oh man.
and I made my dad put it
Wow.
together.
Oh my goodness.
That's like organizing your NCAA bracket.
Yeah.
Just stretched. Oh, no.
No, seriously, man.
And there's only 68 of them.
Oh man.
Man.
Like, they were about 165.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Gosh.
I now know why people do long tables. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
You did get some NBA experience,
Yep.
which I'm sure getting selected and being able to play would have been ultimate dream. What was it, three seasons here or there playing in the NBA?
Four full seasons.
Yep.
Yeah.
How did you find that, and did it meet your expectations?
That was amazing. I mean, amazing experience. You get to be around, guys you've watched growing up, played with them, played against them, and outside of that, just the whole experience of in practice, the camaraderie, the level of attention to detail that varies from college. The physicality, now you have to use so much more IQ. Everybody's just as or even bigger and stronger and faster than you. It just forces you to kind of think of the game in a little bit different type of way. But I mean, it was something that once that dream kind of became more realistic was, something I really, really wanted. And to be able to, be there and play for those years, like it's something I'll, forever remember and, be grateful for. And I think it just helps me now, taking this step over here, trying to adjust to this, style of play. There's differences in basketball all over the world. There's a lot of similarities, but there's definitely differences. But it's been interesting and fun as well, learning a new style. It's definitely something I'm looking forward to for sure.
And okay, so you've had 4 full seasons and now you're playing somewhere else, but that doesn't mean that the dream of going back and playing NBA is parked. Like, it's like that's still something where it's like, I can go anywhere around the world, show how good I am, and get myself back in there.
Yeah, for sure. And with this whole journey, I think I kind of just letting the future play itself out, because if I could have it my way, I would have a 20-year NBA career, right? And maybe like 0.000% of people get to do that, so we make all these plans, but ultimately things just kind of play out how they're supposed to anyways. I'm big on just being where my feet are, so I'm here and I'm just super focused on trying to win this season, trying to win and make a playoff push, get as deep as we can, championship, whatever it is, while I'm here. And then after that, wherever the cards lay, like it's we'll take that step. But
you get to make a living out of basketball.
Exactly, man. That's the best
a
job
dream
in the world.
itself, isn't it?
Best job in the world.
Absolutely. So that is a huge thing to be able to do that.
No, 100%. And just want to touch on your experiences with different NBA organizations, right? What did you find was the biggest difference, going from one team to the other? Because in Australia, like, obviously there's 10 teams, but the structure is pretty similar. Everywhere you go, obviously teams train at a different time, but as you've seen while you've been here, a lot of guys, we run the same actions. It's just how you initiate it or how you finish.
Yeah.
There's a big finish to the ball, there's a guard finish to the ball. But in the NBA, there's a lot more variety, right? And obviously, I kind of want to know a bit more about the behind the scenes stuff, the workouts, the scheduling, the trainings and stuff like that. What did you find was very different to the teams you've been on?
Well, you'd be surprised. Honestly, majority of teams do run the same actions. And what's funny? Actually, it's a trend that every year the team who wins the NBA Finals, the next year every single team tries to emulate like what they do, whether it's offensively, defensively, even off the court stuff. Last year, OKC, from what you can see on social media, like all the guys are always together. They like each other, like they're hanging out outside. Now every team is going to be organizing team stuff off the court, making sure like, hey, do these guys like each other? Because it, like I said before, it does play a role. And then even just offensively, their type of actions, you see the 2 teams that ended, Indiana Pacers and OKC, like they were full court pressure, all game long, disrupting ball handlers and making them uncomfortable coming up the floor. I'm pretty sure now, like, there's going to be a lot of teams that try to implement that as well, or guys that can do that can guard full court, that can, cause havoc. Like, those guys are going to be of some value now because they see that, that can make a difference. I think there's a lot of, like, little details in the game, like, with different organizations, like scouting, for an example. It could be like the slightest little difference of like, okay, this guy's going this way, we're going to do this coverage. And then when this next guy gets it, we're going to switch the whole coverage for this guy. And like in the game, it just happens in like 0.2 seconds, but you have to be able to adjust and really study your matchup. That's one thing too, like we really stick tight to like matchups and stuff. Like if you are signed to this guy, it's almost like just study this guy. Don't worry about nobody else. Just study this one person, which can be a little different with some teams because I feel like a lot of teams, like, yeah, you want to know your matchup, but you also want to know other guys as well. But yeah, it's a lot of detailed type of things that vary. But man, it's a fun experience over there, bro.
Very much so. We're going to talk about the next game coming up for the Wildcats now, which for a lot of fans, they would have circled this game coming up. First time taking on the Adelaide 36ers and some guy called Bryce Cotton we get to play against. It's just another game, really, for the Wildcats. But as I say, for the fans, it's one of those ones where it's like, we want to see how good we are against Bryce. We want to see if we can stop him. Everyone's, he's been scoring 40, 45 points against everybody. Can we stop him and make sure that he doesn't get as many points as he has with everyone else? How has the last few days been leading up to this game, which, as I said, fans are really extremely, keen on watching? For you guys, you just want to get the W.
Yeah, no, we do, but that's why we got Dave in, right?
Yeah.
If you've seen his highlight, locks up.
Yeah, he does.
No, just to Dave's last point, right? It's another game, obviously, in terms of our processes, but then you've got to pay a bit more attention to Bryce because, he is on scoring historic numbers. He did it here and he's doing it in Adelaide too. So there's a trend there and there's a pattern, and, we kind of have to adjust to how he's playing, but also make it tough for him, put him in situations which he's not comfortable in. And I think maybe one other team's done that so far this season. But the way we play and our attention to detail, we've been super locked in the past couple of days. And, I think Dave can answer this too. There's some rules we've implemented, and I think we're following that scout pretty well so far.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think, talented player, draws a lot of attention, which he deserves. He's done a lot in scoring the ball. So now for us on the defensive side, it's just going to take a lot of adjustments, but it's going to take all five guys, to be engaged, locked in, and, going into Sunday, just making sure that it's for the full 40 minutes of the game, trying to build consistent minutes versus, just half the game. Like players like that, you can't sleep for a couple minutes, they take advantage and you don't want to let them get into a rhythm. So
how much have you seen of Bryce since he's been in the NBL? Because obviously, you've watched a fair bit of basketball, but obviously a lot of it's focused probably on the NBA. Yeah. But as you said, used to be at your college. What do you sort of see in his highlights? What do you know? What do you look at and you just go, oh God, that's really good, or oh, I think there's a way I could probably stop him?
I mean, I've seen just like highlights and stuff, looking from afar. The games, the times that they air, it's probably like middle of the night over there. So I haven't really watched live games, but I've seen highlights and stuff on social media and all that. Yeah, I mean, the guy is a gifted scorer, but I'm confident in the guys that we have and our crew that if we're locked in, we definitely can put our best foot forward and obviously going into every game think we can win. You know what I mean? So this mindset going into Sunday is no different.
So usually I would go to Sunday and go, hey, you would know his game style because you played with him. But of course, you've been at the Adelaide 36ers for the last few seasons yourself. And so it's sort of an interesting reverse of what's going to happen this weekend. You actually go back to Adelaide and play for the Wildcats against your old team.
Yep.
How are you feeling coming up to this weekend?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait to smack them.
Exactly.
Yes.
Look, I've spent 5 years of my career, 5 years of my life there, and, a lot of ups and downs, grew a lot as a person. So, yeah, I think there's no better feeling than beating your old team,
For sure.
The arena, the courts. 5 years is a long time. And so I think to go back there, get this win on the weekend, it's something that I'm going to look forward to for sure.
And of course, it's not just Bryce in that team as well that you're up against.
No, look, and I think just to touch on the point, right, it's going to take the whole roster. We're one of the top defenses in the league for a reason. And, for us, we don't even think we've reached our ceiling yet, right? We've still got a long way to go as a group. We've strung, maybe 27, 28 minutes consistently in a game in terms of defense and offense, but we haven't done the full 40. So it's going to look very scary when we do get there. And we're kind of building towards that. Obviously, we're 5-5 right now, but if you look at our games, we've won by less, lost by under 2 points,
Yep.
And that's something that we gotta, we talked about close games at the start, right? That's something we're trending towards. And this is another game where we can kind of put our processes into effect and see how we go.
And you're so close to beating the Phoenix over in Melbourne as well. And obviously, not coming away with the win, but, matching it with teams that are in that top bracket anyway. So to come up against another team that feels like they're in that top bracket, test yourselves out. again, an away game as well. So it's a huge game coming up this Sunday, but it's one you guys are going to relish.
For sure. Look, I think it's the records don't matter right now because every team is capable. You saw over the weekend, Melbourne were 9-0 and then they lost 2 in a row, right? And Adelaide last 2 games have been under a point, 1 or 2 point difference. And so the games are very close. So it's one of those things where you kind of just got to trust in your system and let the chips fall where they may. And it's, you got to judge yourself and how you did as a group and did you follow your game plan? And a lot of the times it's in the league, it's rarely, the other team beating you unless, they just have a blinder offensively. But it's one of those things where you look at the tape and you're like, we've actually let ourselves down in 1, 2, or 3 areas. And, we talk about winning the margins every day. And if we win those margins, we're happy with the result. And, more times than not, it's going to be in our favor.
Yeah. 11:30 a.m. WA time. The game is going to be on Network 10. It's going to be on ESPN through Disney Plus. Everywhere that you want to watch the game. It is going to be an absolute ripper. There's going to be every eyeball, you feel like, of Wildcats fans that are going to be watching this just to see how it goes. And also, as I said, you get to go back to Adelaide. Chibi, you won't be able to watch because, of course, you have a game later in the day. But, I mean, Adelaide, all this Adelaide talk, you two are both sort of, Adelaide lovers.
We are.
Yeah, we've talked about this before.
Yes.
Even though I try and poo-poo it. Because, can't stand Adelaide.
It's fine. I like beating them too.
Exactly. In terms of favourite spots in Adelaide, I don't think we've talked about favourite spots in Adelaide before.
No, I mean, I love the beach down there.
Beaches are good.
Similar to here, but no waves, which I love.
Okay.
I despise it. No waves. What's water without waves? It's a lake.
It's going away.
Calm.
Exactly.
It's calm.
It's
I
a
don't
lake.
drown when I take 2 steps into Scarborough and I'm underwater. What do you mean?
Come on.
Dave, have you swam at the beach yet?
No, not yet.
Watch out.
Not
Oh,
yet.
man.
I got to make my way out there.
Prepare.
You
Bring your
live.
floaties.
Can you describe where you live in Scarborough? Hopefully there's no stalkers.
Actually, that's
but-
right.
No, man.
Because what is your
safe
setup
game.
like here in Perth? Like, where you're in Scarborough?
I'm in Scarborough. Yeah.
Devastating news, let's just be
Yeah.
honest. Like, come on, you're in Scarborough.
Literally, he wakes up and he sees the beach, and he hasn't swam yet. What's going on?
Yeah.
This
Man, I've
weather.
been busy. Every off day, all these appointments and all these places to go to.
Podcasts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm going to have a chat to the medical staff. They need to get you off some of these.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, man.
That's true.
I need a beach day for sure.
Are you living by yourself in Scarborough?
Yeah, my wife's gonna come down hopefully next week. So
Fantastic.
Yeah, we'll both be there for the rest of the season.
Nice. Looking forward. Is there any Australian slang that you've heard in the last couple of weeks or so? You're just going, what the hell are you talking about? And more to the point, do we need to bleep it if that's the case?
I won't say the ones we need to bleep.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, there's a drink that I've never heard of before. Lemon, lime, and bitter.
Oh,
lemon lime bitters?
Oh, love lemon lime bitters.
The first time somebody ordered it, I asked like 3 times because I didn't know like what it was. But essentially, it's like lemonade or
Yeah.
soda.
I don't even know what it is.
Lemonade with some lime and
Some
then
bitters.
they put some bitters. It's literally named what the drink is.
Okay,
Lemon, lime, and bitters.
Yeah. That was when I was like, wait, what are we even talking about?
Did you have a taste of it?
No, not yet.
Okay,
Not yet.
lemon lime bitters.
It's a popular order among the team, so I
Yeah.
might have to try it though.
Yeah, okay.
Or there's a few guys that like a Shirley Temple.
Yeah, that's American. And it's I've had that millions of times.
I have no idea what that is. I hear it.
Oh, you've
hear
never
that.
had it?
No, I've never had one.
Oh, you got to try that, man.
All right, well, I'll do you a
Like
deal.
at
You
team-
try
at
the
team
lemon lime and
dinners?
bitters. Yeah, team dinners.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll order a Shirley Temple. Oh, actually, no. We just have water. Sorry, guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
right.
just water and soda water.
And the odd Shirley Temple here or there. Yeah, of course. That's right. The Perth Lynx back in action this week, and also on Sunday. So if you're a basketball fan, it's actually a really good weekend because you stay on the couch at 11:30 a.m. You watch the Wildcats in action, then you go and head to the HPC. And you go watch the Lynx play round 4 up against the Southside Melbourne Flyers. As I said, really, really positive start to the season, despite the fact that we mentioned before, not winning many quarters, but being able to eke out wins, which are so crucial as we know. Yes, I know Tuesday didn't quite go the way, but you've still got to be really happy with how the season has gone in terms of the win-loss ratio, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we've had an interesting preseason, and not that it's an excuse, but we've had some big outs and we've had a lot of changes and disruptions and stuff. So to come out 3-0, well, I think was a bit of not a surprise. Like, we knew we could do it, but to actually execute and win those close games was huge for us. And then obviously it lost on Tuesday against Townsville, who are an incredibly good team, and came off a loss actually to Southside. So I think, they had that bit of extra motivation, and we're still trying to play together. So I think it was like still positive signs. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't a bad loss or anything. And, hopefully everyone's just fit and ready to go this weekend.
I mean, you're 3-1 and you don't even have your full team yet. Yeah. So what's that going to look like? It's going to be pretty scary, right?
Yeah, hopefully. I think, we've all kind of shown that we can play and adjust, and then so obviously Ali will just choose. I mean, I was say keep getting better and better, but she came back insane. So it's hard. We got Steph to come in. I should be back Sunday, which is good. And then Hansu. So, I mean, if you add anyone almost 7 foot into the league, I think it should be a positive sign, but it's definitely different from how we usually play.
And when are we likely to see Hansu land and then likely play?
I believe it's end of November. So after the national team kind of window, she has some commitments over there to play, and then after that she should be heading over.
So we're talking about 3-4 weeks from now. So that's good. But you'll be in the thick of it by that point. You'll be very much hands dirty by the time she gets here, and then slot her in, put someone who's 7 foot into the team. Everyone's happy.
Nice, exactly.
How have you found it in terms of being out there on the court? You've had some really good games yourself.
Thank you.
You have. It's one of these things that happens with this podcast is that I don't want to mention Mila because she had a very good game the other night. But even when she was with this particular podcast, she played extremely well last season, and it just shows that whoever our Lynx representative is just starring on the court.
Maybe I should have come in a few years ago.
There you go. You've got to be happy with the start of your season.
Yeah, no, I am. Like it's been good. It's been I was a bit nervous having Ali out. We haven't had a lot of ball carriers this off season, so feeling a bit of the pressure, but it's been good. I feel like I've had a solid start and been able to run the team a bit at point, which has been good, and hopefully it continues.
Are you disappointed that you weren't at the HPC? I think it was on the Saturday or the Sunday.
Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, because there was a pretty big name that all of a sudden found themselves rolling up. Just someone called Jelly Roll.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jelly Roll, and these fine women from the Lynx have allowed me to come to the Perth HBC today to play a little basketball, baby. So honored to be in Perth, so honored to be headlining Strummenberg, but even more honored to be right here at the Perth HBC. Love y'all, man.
We'll disregard the fact he called it HBC, but that's okay.
Close.
But it's close enough. But, I mean, you've got yourself the next #1 ticket holder, Jelly Roll.
Unreal.
Cool.
Love him. Big, as I said, big country music fan. So,
yes.
So no, I was devastated. I was unfortunately selected to travel and play. So,
how dare they?
But no, so cool to have him and get a bit more exposure for us, and which is always a positive. And even other big names in the crowd this weekend. We had these guys down watching us, which was always good.
Yeah. So, fair few of them. Yeah, exactly, which is good to see. And again, it's nice to see that there is that kinship between the men's team and the women's team here in this city, because, you're both fighting the same battles, really. And so to be, and I know it's not the exact same, organisation. It's not the same team, organisation for the two teams, but to be able to, talk a lot and go to each other's games, that's a real cool feeling. We've seen a lot of the Lynx players go to the Wildcats games so far. Going to see Wildcats players at Lynx games, which is great to see.
Yeah, and HPC is awesome.
Yeah,
it's just good atmosphere, good crowd.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
So your game for the Lynx, it is against the Southside Melbourne Flyers, which they really just need to shorten to just a different, just pick one. That's at 3:30 p.m. on Sunday. I'm sure there's something in the background that's stopping that from happening, but that's okay. But that's 3:30 p.m. at the Perth HPC. Kids tickets, by the way, from $5 if you're wanting to go along, which, 3:30 on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, what else are you doing?
Perfect.
Yeah,
great timing on a Sunday afternoon. Go to a game, you get home for dinner.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy.
There's a family zone, some kids activities, bring the family down.
Just make sure you do your shopping before, because, 5 p.m.
Well, that's when we
shuts
close
in
here.
Perth.
It still gets me.
Well, it still gets you. It's
Oh
going to
my
get you,
God.
David. You know,
Yeah.
most of the shops open at 11 a.m. on a Sunday instead of, 8 a.m. or something.
And
like
everyone's in bed by 6. It's
Yeah.
bizarre.
that. Because we want to be up
Work day
early.
Monday.
Because we want to be up early and enjoy the sunrise.
Yeah, because
that
you don't
happens.
have daylight savings.
Ah, yeah, you know.
Okay.
Chiba, you're from here now.
I still can't get used to it. Can't
It's the
adjust.
3-hour time zone difference, which is just weird.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't like the 3-hour time zone difference. But,
No.
there's going to be Wildcats fans that are listening right now going, Chibba, no, we don't want daylight saving, thank you. We're Perth.
I'll argue with anyone.
I do love daylight saving. Just imagine.
Like, I remember when I was in primary school and it was like the biggest thing.
yeah.
My parents are like, no.
Because we had the 3-year. so, David, for your sake, we had a 3-year trial of daylight saving. And I was living down in Bunbury at the time. It was fantastic. You're going out, out for dinner at 8 p.m. You're watching the sunset at 9. You're like, this is fantastic. But I get why some people don't like it.
I don't understand.
Wait, so
Get
Yes.
shutters on your windows.
right now,
Yes.
it gets dark around.
I would say 6, but
7.
Oh, but it's about 6:45, 7
with-
o'clock now. Yeah.
With the daylight savings, it would stay lighter longer.
yeah,
Yeah.
until like 8:30, 9
Oh,
o'clock.
but I would like that though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would like that for sure.
And it means that the sun's not getting up until maybe
You want
like
the
6
day to
a.m.
feel like
in the
it
morning.
ends too early.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And I'm not waking up at 4 a.m. to catch some extra sun.
Exactly.
Didn't realize this
You know,
podcast was going to
I've,
get political at the
yeah.
end.
The sun is up a little too early right now.
That's
That
it.
is true.
Putting it out there. Who do we need to talk to get this changed?
Roger Cook. Talk to Mark Arena first. He can put some pressure on Roger Cook. Everything's all fine. No, I'm kidding. As someone who works in breakfast radio, I'm actually quite enjoying the fact that the sun is up a little
up,
earlier.
yeah. That's fair.
It's
But
so
wouldn't
much-
you rather be able to enjoy it later? You're at work when the sun's up.
No, because then I have to go to bed at like 8:30 at night if the sun's still up. Oh, horrendous. Anyway, don't worry about me. It's fine. It's all good. Hey, David, thank you so much for coming in and joining us on the Perth
Thank you.
Wildcast for today. Wish you all the success with the team for this season. Just really excited to see you on the court, and I hope the wife comes over and you settle in beautifully.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
And
Thanks
hopefully
for
it's not
having
just
me.
one season,
Yeah.
it's 4 or 5.
They'll have you on the typical import 3-year deal you've never seen before.
Hey.
I love it. I think it's great, but I've never seen it.
Come right up. So we need to get you on a 3-year deal. Is that what
No.
we're saying? Just checking. Sunday, great as always.
Lynchy, appreciate it.
It's leechy, but that's okay.
Lynchy.
No, it's fine. It's,
Man,
it's fine.
I've struggled today, haven't I?
Monday, it's fine. And you would never have had that before. Chibbo, thank you as always.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, good work. Very, very nice. Wildcats in action on Sunday. As we said, it's on Network 10. It's on ESPN and Disney+. It's 11:30 a.m. start here in the West. Make sure you get behind the Wildcats and then make your way to the Perth HPC as the Perth Lynx take on the Southside Melbourne Flyers. Don't you start
Is
Sunday.
it HBC or PC?
PC.
Oh, thank you.
PC. It's not what Jelly Roll says, all right? It's not.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jelly Roll, and these fine women from the Lynx have allowed me to come to the Perth HBC today.
It's HPC. It's HPC. That is where you can see the game, 3:30 p.m. for the Perth Lynx against the Flyers. And, of course, our podcast will be back again very, very soon. Next time we do our podcast, actually, Chibi, you're going to be on your way to Geelong.
Yep.
Be thankful you don't have to go to Geelong at any point, David, just say. Good on you, Geelong. So we're going to be joined... We're gonna make enemies out of everyone outside of Perth. It's fine Sunday. Jaron Riley's going to join us for the next podcast, which we're very much looking forward to. Of course, great to be back with the Wildcast, which you can hear on the Listener app, LISTNR, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.